Hi, Trish here from Baby Steps to Healthier Pets, People, and Home. In this video, I want to show you how to make eggshell calcium out of eggshells. I should say calcium out of eggshells. So what I do is we use a lot of eggs. We try to keep our carbs down, so therefore we tend to use a lot of eggs. And I buy eggs that are pastured raised. And what I do is when I'm done is I will rinse the eggs out and save them. And once this is filled, then I will make eggshell calcium. So, the first thing you're going to do is bring a big pot of water to a boil. And then what you do is you just add the eggshells in there. The eggs kind of, when you put them in here though, oh, that splashed, stick together. Of course, now that I said that, I can't find any. This one's sticking together. So I have a slotted spoon. I'm going to take that out, let that cool for a second and separate them. But what you basically want to do is get them in the water, and we're going to boil them for 10 minutes. This will pretty much sterilize them. I'm just going to dump this in, otherwise it's going to take me forever. So since I have a lot and they're kind of smushed in this, I'm probably going to end up stirring it. But like I said, once you get them all in there, I'm going to set the timer for 10 minutes and let these bad boys boil. So that is step 1. We will be back with step 2. Okay, we're back. Our eggs are boiled and we are putting them now on these little things that I got to dry them. What you want to do is make sure that they dry out all the way before the next step. So I wanted to talk a little bit about what we can use this calcium for. This is ideal for do-it-yourself diets that you don't want to give your dogs or cats bones for whatever reason. Some people, it just kind of freaks them out. Others, for like cats, if they have kidney issues, it's a better form of calcium than to use the bones. For either grinding my bones, which I'll get from a local source. We used to do it ourselves, but we don't do that anymore. I do still have the grinder, so I have some stuff that I want to grind up. But anyway, that's why we use the calcium. Plus, I'm sure all of you cat lovers that have been feeding Rad Cat, you have heard the news about Rad Cat, and that was my cat's go-to #1 food, raw food. And now that I can't get that, I need to try some do-it-yourself raw food diets, and I will need calcium for them. So, and I will keep you guys posted on the diets that I try. So we're going to let these dry, and then I'll go on to the next step. I just want to show you this one. See how there's that membrane? It's kind of cooked on there now. You don't want to pull that off when you wash the eggs. It's very easy to pull it out. That is really good for their joints. And when we dry these out in the oven, and then we're going to grind them up, that will get real crispy, and it'll become part of the powder. So I just want to say, make sure that you leave that membrane in. Okay, we'll be back with step 3. Okay, our eggs are pretty much dried. So the next step we're going to do is put them on a cookie sheet like this. I got the oven preheating to 200. And what this is going to do is make sure that they're really dried out before we grind them. If you live in a really humid place, you might want to add to your cook time. I'm in a very, very dry place, so we're going to do it for 15 minutes. And they'll really get crunchy in this step. And then we grind them up. So, there you have it. They're all pretty dry from sitting like this to the touch, but we want them to be even drier. So I'm going to put them in the oven at 200 for 15 minutes, and then we're going to grind them up. Okay, our eggshells are out of the oven. They're cooling off, but I just wanted to show you how they're very dry and crumbly now, which I know eggshells are a little bit crumbly, but not like this. Then I wanted to show you one that has one of those membranes in it that I told you about. See now? Can you hear that? It's crunchy now. So when I grind these up, it's all going to get ground up in there. And like I said, that stuff is lovely for, ow, that's hot. I dropped a piece when I did that. It went over here. Got it? Alright, so let me show you how I grind them up. I used this grinder that I got. I want to say I got it from Kohl's. It might have been Penny's. They both have their own brand. But around Christmas time, they actually run a sale on these. I think they go for like 25 bucks. I got this one for $14.99, and I actually bought two because I thought it wasn't going to last long. The other one I still have not opened yet, and I've had this one for several years. But as you can see, let me get you a cup. Show you how the cups look. They're usually clear like this, but from doing the eggshells, it kind of leaves this hard, it almost eats the plastic, which you know how I feel about plastic, but there's no other. I have a glass blender, but I don't want to use it on this. So anyway, so I use this one all the time for grinding this up so I don't ruin any of the other. And they come with, I think, 4 glasses. I use the blade that is for coffee grinding. And you just put some in here. I'm breaking them up just a little bit so the machine doesn't have to do all the work. You don't have to do this. Actually, be careful if you do this because they're so crunchy, they could cut you. So, put this on, bring this over here. It's loud, sorry. You have to let it settle so that all the bigger pieces... Sorry, let me talk while I'm doing this. You have to let it settle so that the bigger pieces go down again and then flip it again. Flip it again. You'll hear that you won't hear anything rattling. Yeah, that seems like it's pretty good. But if you look, there's a lot of powder floating around in there. So just let it sit for a second. And then open it up. You can see I didn't let it sit long enough. You could see the powder rising. There you have it. Alright, we are done. That literally took me about 2 to 3 minutes to grind that all up. This is about how as much as I got from all them eggshells. As you can see, it's a nice fine powder. I could probably even do it into a finer powder, but I think this is great. A half a teaspoon is about 400 milligrams of calcium. You can use this for yourself. You could put these in capsules. But yeah, basically free. And that's going to last us a while. So there you have it. I hope you guys enjoyed this. And if you have any questions, just ask in the comments below.